All right, it is our final segment this morning. Our guest is Dr. Tracy Jackson over from Vanderbilt. Good enough to have her come on to talk about opioid addiction and a lot of what she's trying to get the word out on the alternatives out there besides having to take pills. And one reason we're having this conversation, just, there are moments that strike that all of a sudden bring attention to an issue when someone famous. And of course, the Prince situation brings up. We don't know all the details of what happened with Prince, but it seems like he had some pain issues that he was dealing with, and somehow things got away.
Yeah, and I think with any of this that we see, Prince highlights one of the things. We don't know the story. We don't know if Prince was an addict. We do know that he suffered from chronic pain. The issue is that you can be taking medications exactly as prescribed, but if you become suddenly ill or another medication is added to the mix, it can change the way those drugs are metabolized, and it can cause dangerous increases in those levels. And so even when taking them correctly, they can cause death. And so I think, again, it's part of our culture that we expect that if you have pain, you're going to take a pill and there's going to be a quick fix for that. And again, we don't know anything really about Prince's story, but there are other alternatives that everyone, whether you're famous or not, should be able to have access to.
I agree. Hey, listen, I want to ask you about relief retreats, because when you talk about all this, a lot of it we've heard before, and then there's some new stuff that comes out, but relief retreats and what it could mean, what you're starting here, I think just sounds new, and it may be, the first step in the right direction.
So there is, I mentioned in my TED Talk, a program that's been proven for years to work in every state, every country, every healthcare system in which it has been trialed, but it was expensive to set up, and so insurance won't cover it. And there really are none in the South right now. So what I'm doing is within Vanderbilt, we're starting functional rehabilitation pilot, and you can call the Vanderbilt Pain Clinic or the Osher Center for Integrative Medicine to find out about that. And we'll be doing that in January to try to pilot these programs and show that they work. And additionally, if you go to reliefretreats.com, I'm also going out into the community at Gray Bear Lodge in Hohenwald in March and be doing similar programming out there, again, to gather evidence to show that these programs work, so that I can take it to insurers and advocate for all of us to get these things, these programs available.
So you're going to have patients going out there.
We would love, so if any one of you are interested out there or know anyone that may be interested, these are programs, the first ones of their kind here in the South. I trained out at Stanford University, and California is one of the states where workers' compensation insurance approves these sort of programs. So I've had experience working in these programs.
So you're the one that brought this up over there and said, hey, why don't we try this in the South?
I really think that it should not be a state-by-state thing. I mean, these are programs that are proven to work all over the world, and it's time for us to have them here. And so I'll be working very hard, but we do need advocacy, because again, these things are expensive to set up, but you find that they reduce pain, improve sleep, mood, quality of life, people return to work, opioid use is eliminated. So these are really important programs, and so any advocacy would be very helpful.
I think that's awesome. Let's go to Kelly. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Kelly. Go ahead.
Am I talking to the doctor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I am 46. I've had several surgeries at Vanderbilt, and now I'm dealing with, I have arthritis in both arms. I cannot dress myself. I have a hard time taking care of my house and my family. My husband has to help me. And my doctor just throws pills at me. And I've done the heating thing. I've tried exercises with my arms and everything. What else can I do?
So Kelly, thank you for calling in. This is what tugs at my heartstrings every time, is that patients are really trying to get better. They want to get better. The families are chipping in, and physicians aren't giving them other alternatives. So number one, I'd be happy for you to come see me at Vanderbilt. But for everyone, I want them to know that there are these alternatives available. So again, within Vanderbilt, I know a lot of people live a long way away, but even a one-time visit to the pain clinic Clinic or to the Osher Center for Integrative Medicine at Vanderbilt. And then there can be some resources out in the community. And then again, we really have to work to develop these new programming so Kelly can have access to all the 4 limbs of pain management to which she's not currently being
it sounds
exposed.
like she's getting the pills now. She's
And
not
nothing
doing,
else.
Yeah, nothing else. That's basically it. You've never tried any cognitive therapy or anything like that, or rehab, right, Kelly?
I'm just dealing with it.
Yeah, you're dealing with it and
exactly.
trying to do it
I'm
yourself.
trying to ignore it,
Yeah.
taking Tylenol, doing, you know what I mean,
Exactly.
everything.
And,
Yeah.
I know to do personally. I can't even walk my dog because she pulls my arms.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and there is much more that can be done. And just the fact that you're interested in it and motivated to call is a really good sign that you'll get better.
So the way a way for her to start then would literally be calling over to the pain clinic at Vanderbilt. I mean, she's had her surgeries there, it sounds like, and come in. And so you would sit down, you or one of the doctors sits down and evaluates her situation.
Yes.
But I mean, you're going to prescribe or choose to do something different than what she's doing now.
Yes, I mean, we want to.
I mean, she may still have to take some pills
Exactly.
initially, but
We want to try to, again, incorporate management techniques from all the 4 limbs, and hopefully in the future we'll have all those resources integrated under one roof with telemedicine and web-based options so we can reach people who are in areas not in Nashville.
So you started in California at Stanford?
Yes.
And so they're already doing this type of stuff on the West Coast?
Yes, in some states, and it's not just California. There are some states like Texas that are doing it, Minnesota, again, but it's workers' compensation system is state by state. And so injured workers can enter these programs. If you're rich, you can enter these programs. But for the vast majority of people out there suffering with chronic pain, they aren't yet available to
So
you.
even there, the insurance,
Unless it's a workers'
unless it's workers' comp.
Correct.
That's about it.
Correct.
So is that going to have to be a change in thinking? Why do you think the insurance companies are resisting something like this?
Because they are expensive to set up. You have to create a building and staff them with all the expert providers under one roof. However, the outcome and it doesn't make money for hospitals and pharmaceutical companies to get people better, get them out of the hospital, and get them off pills.
Right.
Right. And so
that's where it is. It's just like Greg calling earlier. There is money. I mean,
no doubt about it. But we just I don't want to just roll over, and I don't want my patients just to roll over and say this is how it is.
Yeah.
We have to do something different.
And you know the things that work. Let's go to Charity. Hi, Charity.
Hi.
Hey, go ahead.
I was calling. I wanted to find out what the doctor, her opinion is on using Suboxone treatments. Just a quick history on me. I'm 42. I'm a recovering addict. I'm addicted. I've been addicted to all of it, including alcohol. And I don't believe that the doctors do a mental assessment of their patients before they prescribe. There's not a lot about mental histories, when they're taking care or doing assessments on their patients. And through recovery and doing 12 steps, I found out that, as early as 14, that I associated pain, physical pain, my mental pain, I associated it with physical pain. In my household, we didn't say, this hurts when we felt something bad. We used a physical sign, this hurts, and then, that was understood, but we didn't talk about mental pain. And as I've gotten older and started, in recovery, I've learned those things. So I believe that recovery has to involve the physical, the mental, and the spiritual aspects of it. But when you do have chronic pain, I've heard, and I believe, and what's been useful for me, is to also include alternative treatments like Suboxone. In low doses, it can manage pain. It can, for people who just can't seem to get past withdrawal symptoms and stuff. The only problem with that I've encountered is then you're on something else. And that's not desirable. So I was just wondering, how, what the doctor thinks about treating with Suboxone and how to navigate that.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks. That was really well said and such good points. And I want to highlight 3 things that you said. One is about recognizing early on that physical symptoms can be manifestations of emotional pain.
Okay.
And that's one of the major points I made in the TED Talk. I mean, what does a kid say the first time they're scared and don't want to go to school? They say their tummy hurts. And the thing is, their tummy does hurt. It's because the fight or flight chemicals are trained to affect the gut. And but it's a physical symptom to an emotional issue. And we still have that as adults, even in our complicated lives. So we have to recognize that those things are a part of it. The other thing is exactly when so many patients who have become addicted have chronic pain as well. And so when they, go into their treatment facilities, we have to address chronic pain at the same time by teaching some of these cognitive strategies and rehabilitative strategies specifically for pain, not just for addiction, so that people are less likely to relapse. If you are doing all of those things and you still need something like a low dose of Suboxone to manage and maintain, I think that's reasonable. We just, again, have to recognize that Suboxone is an opioid as well.
Okay.
It can be abused.
What is it? Is it just not as powerful? I mean, why is that accepted and better than, say, some of the other ones?
It's much longer acting, so you don't get the high out of it. It has something embedded in it, so that if you crush it or try to misuse it, that you will not get the high from it that you would from other medications. And it works differently. It has slightly different receptor that it binds to in the brain.
Still, you don't want to be on that the rest of your life, do you?
So ideally, if we could, I think that that's a little bit of a pipe dream. I mean, I'm not up here to say, okay, everybody's going to manage all of their pain doing yoga.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that severe. I think that some pills for some people, if they help you function, improve your quality of life, and you don't have adverse side effects, then that's okay. What you're doing is okay. But so many patients who are on opioids cannot honestly say, I don't have many side effects, whether it's constipation or fatigue or really just feeling mentally dulled or sleepy. If medications help you function and improve your quality of life, they should be used cautiously and in the minimal amount that you can take them, as long as we're not just expecting them to be the treatment, that we do it in context of all the other stuff.
And that's what people have to realize. All right, as we wrap things up, remind folks again where they can take a look at the TED Talks.
So just go on YouTube and type in Tracy Jackson, the hardest pill to swallow.
Okay.
And you'll find it there.
Tracy Jackson, the hardest pill to and okay, there we go. And we have it up on the screen there, the hardest pill to swallow, Tracy Jackson. And then also, just talk real briefly about the pain clinic at Vanderbilt. And, like for someone who calls, you call, set up an appointment, go.
Exactly. So you can call the Vanderbilt Pain Clinic at 322-4311, the Osher Center for Integrative Medicine. I don't have that number right off the top of my head, but certainly the Vanderbilt operator would. Or you can go to www.reliefretreats.com.
What percentage of the population deals with pain?
So it'll be about 30% worldwide deals with some chronic pain, yes.
Chronic pain. All right, everyone deals with pain of one kind or the other. I actually would have thought it might have even been higher, but when you think 30% of the planet dealing with chronic pain, meaning every day, not going away, nothing acute, it's just there.
Yeah, for at least
did you say at least 3 months?
For at least 3 months, yeah.
Gosh.
So,
it's overwhelming.
It's a big issue.
Are you in pain right now?
I'm not currently
Me either.
in pain.
Knock on wood.
I know, right?
Let's stay that way. Wait, when you shake my hand, I'm going to squeeze it hard. Doctor, thank you for coming on. This is a pleasure having you on.
Thanks so much.
Great conversation. Check out the TED Talks, and if you're in pain, just remember there are options other than pills, and you heard it here. And hopefully, they'll transition that more so insurance companies cover those others. Listen, take a break. Be back with a programming note about tomorrow right after this. Stay with us. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
I think my friend Mike.